Hello and welcome to BW Hotwire. Today we have with us Mr. Tarun Mehta from Aether Energy. Thank you so much for sparing your time for BW Business World. It's always a privilege interacting with you, sir.
Same here, Abhishek. Happy to be here.
Yeah. How has the industry responded post-COVID globally and in India? Has there been an acceleration in EV sales, especially in the two-wheeler segment, or do you think it has taken a backseat? I'm talking about global context and the Indian context.
So globally, there's been an acceleration of EV sales since last year. I think it's a larger trend where markets, for a variety of reasons, are moving towards more and more towards clean transportation and towards electric specifically. It's a pretty strong consumer pull in all markets. If you look at, I think just recently news came out a few days back. I think Norway electric car sales have not just zoomed past petrol vehicle sales; they're like almost four times higher. The same trend is accelerating in US. China's already far ahead. So globally, EVs are absolutely starting to take off in a pretty big way, in COVID notwithstanding. I think in India, electrification of vehicles is starting from the two-wheeler market, the electric scooters specifically. That's why you see so much interest in this segment today. COVID hurt everybody for a few months, primarily because in the industry creation journey, last year was the place when most companies that were building products had just started launching, right? Like, so we had just launched 450X. In fact, we hadn't even begun production of 450X. So we were still setting up our distribution, we were still setting up our plants, and same has been the case for many other OEs last year. So last year, we had a setback of between 3 to 4 months. But since then, recovery has been more than swift.
If I'm not wrong, as per industry data, you have sold 2972 units in 2020. So, and you are currently the fourth largest player in the e-two-wheeler market. So, when do you intend to be the market leader, and what is the sales target for this calendar year or this financial year?
So Abhishek, I won't be able to share exact sales numbers, unfortunately. I agree with the data because it's there in our financials from 2020. Obviously, we are way past than that now. We're doing those kind of numbers on closer to a monthly basis now. I think it'll be. I think from a revenue perspective, Ather should be the largest electric two-wheeler company in the country in a few months. And I think from a volume perspective, sometime this year.
Okay, so assuming that you have sold 2972 units last calendar year, so what would be the
Last FI, that was FY20. That was FY20. So it was till March 20.
what would be the incremental growth for this year? Like, will it be a 10% growth, 20, 30, or 50% growth?
So we are roughly going 25% month on month right now.
Okay, fine. So
So annual growth is obviously much stronger than that.
okay, fine. Okay. So when do you intend to be the market leader? This financial year or next financial year?
I'm hoping for this year,
Okay.
this FY.
You have recently set up Ather Grid in Bombay. So when do we see such grids in other metro cities? And what is the long-term target for Ather Grid?
So we've already started setting up Ather Grid across the country. Delhi already has, I think, about 10 charging points up. Ahmedabad already has, I think, 6 or 8 points up. Even Nagpur has charging points. Pune has charging points. Kochi, Coimbatore, even Calcutta has a few charging points up. So Ather Grid's actually expanded pretty quickly in the last few months. We went from having something like 70, 80 charging points in December to roughly about 130 charging points in March. And we're adding almost 30 fast chargers every month right now. So you will see more and more charging points. Existing places like Bangalore and Chennai are Bangalore already has about 30, 35 chargers. Our first priority is to expand the grid to newer cities. And as the sales grows in existing cities, we will keep bumping this number up. But we have a pretty comprehensive network already. And we made that announcement around Mumbai, but that's not to mean that other cities are not already opening it up pretty fast.
At the moment, you have two product lines, 450X and 450 Plus. So, in order to be a holistic EV player, when do you intend to extend your product portfolio? Maybe have an entry level EV, which can cater to the masses rather than the classes, and also something like a high-end vehicle, which can actually disrupt the two-wheeler market.
Right. So I think they have a terrific product in the premium space right now in 450X. It's pretty sharply positioned as a sports offering. Is also the market leader as far as technology goes. 450 Plus is again the premium segment, but is a little bit of a simpler choice. X is more sharply positioned towards performance. Plus is more for more people.
You have been quoted as saying to one of the publications that motorcycles account for a minuscule share of the total pie. So you're not really focused on that. So is it safe to assume that you're not interested in the motorbike segment and you will never foray into that? Will it be safe to assume?
Motorcycles are not a minuscule share of the Indian two-wheeler market today, and I think it'll be incorrect to presume that Ather will never launch a motorcycle. I think we will get in the motorcycle space sometime in the future. But what I do believe in, which is what I think likely you've read, is that I do not believe that motorcycles will account for the majority of two-wheeler sales in the future once electric vehicles have taken over the market. I think with electric vehicles, if you look at the motorcycle market today, the vast majority of motorcycles sell in the entry segment, where the primary purchase criteria are around upfront price and mileage. And with electric vehicles coming in, the mileage is exactly the same, whether it's a scooter or a motorcycle. And the upfront price also narrows down because some of the things that give motorcycles an advantage, the fact that they don't have to use a CVT, they stop being differentiated factors between an electric scooter and a motorcycle. So I believe long term, the entry level, the commuter motorcycle market moves towards scooters because scooters are more convenient, they have more storage space, and they are more family friendly. Motorcycles will, I think, become a smaller market in the premium segment, catering to those who are looking for long distance riding or a certain kind of a performance expectation, which motorcycles can deliver better on. Not to mean that I believe motorcycles die. I just believe motorcycles stop being 65-70% of the Indian two-wheeler market and will probably become 10 to 15% of the Indian two-wheeler market. It also still does not mean that Ather will not be present there. I think given our strengths, we can bring about a fantastic motorcycle. It just means that that's not our first focus. Given that we believe the volumes are going to grow on the scooter side, we want to stay focused here for the next few years.
You have recently entered the Delhi market. So what are your expectations from the northern part of India? And how big are you betting on that? And will northern part of India be the biggest volume driver going forward?
I think honestly it can be. We're not present. We're just opening our presence in the north to Delhi now, and there are more cities in the pipeline in this year. I think it will be interesting as to how we crack North India, because obviously customers are different, their preferences are different, and I think understanding that and tailoring our message and our communication for those customers is going to be a pretty interesting journey for us. But once it works, I believe the Delhi NCR region in particular can easily be should be the largest market for us nationally. So I have high hopes on the market. Let's see how it responds.
So you have set up your greenfield facility, which you have recently inaugurated. So how much have you invested there so far, and what is the existing and projected annual capacity? So, and also you can talk about the investments that you're making in that facility.
Right. So in the new plant in Hosur, we have already committed an investment of about 130 crores. And over the course of the next 5 years, we will be committing close to about 630 crores, including this 130. So between CAPEX, OPEX, and daily spend, that's the total quantum of commitment already planned for Hosur. This gives us an installed capacity of about 1.1 lakh units today, which in phase 2, which is likely by sometime next year, will grow to almost 4 lakh units capacity. So that's the capacity that will come out, and total investment that you're looking at over a 5-year horizon is about 630 crores.
630 crores. Okay. And I've read somewhere that you're trebling the capacity. So, in fact, you are quadrupling it, right? Because if it is 1 lakh 10,000 per
That's
annum.
what I said.
So you're
One-
quadrupling the capacity.
Which
right?
will grow to 4 lakhs. Which will grow to 4 lakhs once we open phase 2 of the plant, which is likely next year.
Okay, fine. Right now, if I'm not wrong, 100% of your output is earmarked for the domestic market. So, I mean, you have been quoted as saying that you're interested in exports also, but not in the near term. So, when do you intend to ship out your products? When do we see made in India Aether products being sold in a developed country?
I think India is a far bigger and more exciting market for us. It would be interesting to export. We've looked at that, but every time I look at it, I realize that our bandwidth is limited, and whatever limited bandwidth we have, we want to put it all in growing the local market first. So I think international expansion is not high up in our priority today, and is not part of our immediate plan. Maybe a year or two down the line, we'll reconsider it, but it's not our highest priority today.
How do you respond to these announcements? Have they been, are they being steps in the right direction? If yes, I mean, how is it going to lead to a fillip in EV sales? Or you think more needs to be done?
I think we're at a very early stage in the EV growth, and obviously more needs to be done. But I think all the news that we have seen, whether the policies by the Telangana government or the Delhi government or the central government FAME 2 measures, I think they're all fantastic. They're all steps in the right direction. How we respond to them is, if the state government announces a pro EV policy, we quickly start scrambling around to figure out how do we launch in that state fast enough. That's what we do. But I think it's incredible to see. While initially it was only the central government that was talking a lot about policy, demand and supply incentives, it's great to see state governments chipping in a big way and starting to plot support on all fronts, especially charging infrastructure. And if I may add a point there, I would say the big thing that needs to start happening now is an increased amount of focus and support from the government on home charging. For electric vehicles to go mainstream, people will need to be able to set up chargers at their home, which is not easy if you live in an apartment complex. But it's not impossible either. It needs a certain amount of government push. Government needs to mandate setting up a 5 amp socket, 15 amp socket. Government needs to mandate that apartment complexes cannot block the installation of a charging point. It's extremely disheartening to see apartment complexes which prevent people from buying electric vehicles because they prevent setting up of home chargers, citing frivolous reasons like, oh, this will not look beautiful, or, this will require laying of a cable. Obviously, this will require laying of a cable, and this is the future. We have to find ways to sort of, make that work. So I think this needs a little bit of a push from the government side, enabling home charging solutions in a big way can be a massive enabler for the entire market out there.
What is your vision for the company and your mission for the industry? I mean, where do you want to see the company in the next few years, and when do you want yourself to be reckoned as a global brand? I mean, rather than being an EV manufacturer in India, maybe an Aether, a global brand. And also, you can talk about the revenue bit. Like, what is the revenue target that you set and the timeline?
So I will not be discussing the revenue or the sales numbers, but the overall vision, the overall mission is we believe for for our larger energy vision of the world, we believe the entire automotive market needs to go electric and it needs to go quickly. Towards that, I think we would consider ourselves successful over the next 5 years if we can drive the electrification in the light electric vehicle category, which is two-wheelers particularly. So my 5-year vision would be for Aether to be the leading EV manufacturer in the two-wheeler market in India. I think there's a natural brand that will evolve out of it, and it will fuel global ambitions. But today our focus, as I said, remains on growing the Indian market.
Thank you, Mr. Mehta, for talking to BW Business World. It's always a privilege interacting with you. We wish you all the best in your vision as well as your mission.
Thanks, Abhishek. Very nice talking to all of you.
Thank you so much.